Why? How did I make it crooked?
Because you press down and then it's crooked again. You made it crooked now. I just fixed it.
Well, welcome back. Today we're doing, is this your first ever Q&A?
Yeah.
Woo!
What?
Doing a first ever Q&A with Andrew. Today is our 6-year anniversary. So we are gonna answer a bunch of questions. Let me check my dogs are now.
Grody.
So we're gonna answer a bunch of questions, a couple lighthearted ones, and then a bunch of more serious ones too.
No.
Yeah.
Serious?
And Andy didn't want me to ask him all of them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be surprised.
It's gotta be off the cuff.
It has to be authentic.
Yep.
Okay. How did we meet and what is our story? Aww.
Yeah.
Are you gonna say it or do you want me to?
No, I can say it. So, it wasn't like an organic meeting, I guess. Like, it was more I was admiring. I think I saw.
Afar.
Yeah, I found Allie's Instagram, and then I saw that she was good friends with one of my childhood friends, RSP. Shout out Ronnie Shea. So I hit up Ronnie Shea and I said, "Hey, do you know this Allie Shoemaker girl?" And she said, "Yeah," and she introduced us, and then we talked for like a week, and then we went on our first date, and the rest is history.
But here's the little sidebar. I did not. I can say this now. I did not want to date Andrew.
Me
No
specifically?
offense. Just in general. No, not you. But just I did not want to date. I was totally living out my single life. I was just enjoying not having a guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my mind changed pretty quickly. But yeah, it wasn't organic, but it wasn't also like super forced either.
No.
Like we didn't meet through like a dating app or anything. It was a mutual friend, I guess. But
yeah.
How did you find my Instagram?
I don't know. I think it was like
a suggestion.
people you may know type thing.
Got
Like,
it. Yes.
yeah.
Rival high schools.
Yeah.
And colleges.
Yeah. Funny how that works out. Funny how one side always wins, but we'll save that for another Q&A.
Anyway, how would you say we keep God at the center of our relationship?
I'm gonna let you.
Kind of in the same way.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like, so I've always been Christian. You've always been like a little bit Christian too, right? Though.
Yeah, we grew up going to church and everything. I don't think it was to the same extent that like you had growing up, but like we always went to church on Sundays and all that.
Yeah. So we both kind of had already dipped our toes in like Christianity, but when we first started dating, I feel like that's when I really started to become Christian, like not just like lukewarm Christian. And you weren't necessarily at that same level yet, but I feel like you had that potential to grow. Like if you were completely shut off to the fact, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah.
But like you were very open to like exploring that. And now that we live together, and I feel like we do have like such a Christ-centered relationship. And we go to church every Sunday, and it's not even just like church, it's just like our morals and our values and like how we look at life.
Mm-hmm.
And just we've had like deaths in the family, and I feel like our like comfort has been like with God through that, and like our like the scary times and everything have been through God, and I feel like that makes it.
Yeah, and I think we still like do have our differences in like our beliefs and everything, but we are respectful about it, and we talk about it, and we hear the other opinion, and like sometimes we just agree to disagree on certain things.
But none of it's like deal breakers. Like they're not like, is God real? Yes or no? It's very minor. It's like things that like other churches disagree on, like Catholics, Methodists, you know, like that kind of stuff. It's not like I believe in God and you don't.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of religion, you just have to like set those ground rules early to like what is a deal breaker for you, and you have to like communicate that early on. Yeah,
definitely. And I feel like our opinions keep on changing. Like, I mean, we're rooted in like we believe in God, but like little things here and there change based on new things that we learn or what we read in the Bible, that kind of stuff. Like it's always changing, and I think it's good to acknowledge that because you don't need to be like set on your ways. Like you can change if you think so. But all right, this is kind of another heavy one, heavier one. How often do we argue?
Okay.
How do we handle it, and like how do we like make it healthy by handling it?
I'd say we like maybe get annoyed with each other. Maybe once a week. Maybe every other. Probably every week and a half, we get like annoyed, or one of us gets annoyed at the other.
He gets mad at me.
No, your anger is definitely worse than mine.
It's not anger. Maybe it's not like that
rage.
Person. It's like there's little things that you do that like irritate me a little bit more than what I do to you.
Yeah.
I do get annoyed, and it's one of my bad habits. I need to like work on that, but.
And then like a actual fight. Like maybe every month or every month and a half, I'd say we get in.
Wow, really? I would think it's even more
maybe,
than that.
Yeah, maybe every 2 months.
I really like a real true fight that we get in where it's like we like don't talk to each other for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I would say that's kind of like rare. It's not very common.
But that also goes into like how we handle it. Like if we have like a real big fight, like we take time to like cool off. We don't like to fight in the moment. When our emotions are high, we try and like give each other space to cool off. And like sometimes it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but like we'll like text about it first before we can like come together and actually talk about it.
I like that though, because it makes you think before you just like have to respond. Because like when you're texting, you don't. At least I don't really like. You
have to think it out first to type it, and then you also have to think, do I want to hit send or not? So it is.
And I can read back on this. You know, they have receipts.
Exactly.
I like that though. I feel like it does make us think, and it also. I feel like you can't hear the emotion in it necessarily, so you're reading it in like a calmer tone, rather than like hearing somebody like get angry at you. So I feel like it's easier to come to an agreement.
Mm-hmm. But I also think it's beneficial to like have the actual conversations, not just like texting back and forth. But sometimes if we are like real upset with each other, we'll use that initial like texting to like like sift through the initial like emotions of it, and then we can come together and have a more calm conversation.
Yeah, especially at the end though. I agree. I think in the beginning it's good to give space. It's not, like whatever works for you. I am not like I can get heated very quickly, and I know you're not like that at all, and it's good that we give each other space because I feel like I would hurt your feelings a lot if I just like got angry. So it's good that we like go apart first, and that's what works for us. Like we give each other space to like think on ourselves, not either text or whatever. But the most important part is that we come back together at the end in real life, in person, and talk it out like when we're calm. Like nobody's yelling. We get like our voices raised a little bit, but we've never really like yelled at each other, which I like, and I want to like keep that. We've never had like a screaming argument or anything like that.
And we don't let our like fights or disagreements, we don't let them like carry on. Like we come to a solution, and we don't just like fight and then try and forget about it and never like come to like an actual solution and compromise at the end.
Right, and we try our best to like nip it in the bud before the next day.
Yeah,
like and like bed and all that stuff.
Yeah, and like when we do get annoyed, maybe like once every week and a half, like we communicate that, so we don't let it like build up and then it turns into a bigger fight. Right, it could have just been like
in the beginning. That's kind of what happened. Like, we would let little things kind of build up, and then we would have a random fight where we're like, why are we even? What are we even upset about? You know, exactly. But we've gotten a lot better at that. I think something that's really important that a lot of people don't acknowledge is saying sorry. I know it's like a weird, like kind of cliche thing to do, but I think it's super important.
Yeah, you gotta put your ego aside and
saying
admit
this
your wrongs.
Right. Not just being like, I didn't like when you did that. All right, argument's over. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's hard, but it's worth it at the end.
Yeah.
What is one thing you learned about me after moving in together? It can be serious or funny.
Probably one of the biggest things I see constantly is that Allie will watch the same 3 shows on repeat forever. It's Psych, Criminal Minds, and The Office. And if Allie is home and I'm not also watching TV, one of those shows is on. So I've seen all 3 of those shows probably 4 or 5 times now.
And which one do you like the best?
My favorite is The Office, then Criminal Minds, and then Psych. So that is one of the biggest things I've noticed since we've moved in together. That Allie always watches the same 3 shows.
Okay. Well, thanks. It's so sweet of you to say. There's little habits that you do that I've noticed that like I've never noticed before. Maybe you didn't even have them before we moved in together. It's just like your first time on your own, like living on your own, you know, other than college really, but I don't really count that. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see something really nice.
Say something mean.
Well, not mean, but like there's like little habits that you do that drive me bonkers.
Like what? Like leaving the cupboard?
Yes.
Okay, but if I'm going back...
There's all, like, every door you could possibly think of open. If he's like cooking or whatever, getting something out of the cabinet, he opens the door and doesn't close it. And he forgets to. No, you don't. You forget to close it, and it'll be like the next day. I'll be like, "Why is?"
It's not the next day. Like I'll open a cupboard, go set down the bowl, and then Allie will come in. Why is the cupboard open? It's like because I'm doing stuff. I'm in the kitchen.
But you don't need that cupboard open anymore. That's just what I've noticed.
Whatever.
But I feel like on a more, like a nicer level, I feel like something that I did have noticed, and I've always noticed about you, but it's very evident now that we live together, you're a very big researcher. Like, very big. Like, if you don't know the answer to something, that you'll figure it out in a matter of seconds. I am not as adamant about that. Like, if I don't know something, I'll be like, oh, guess we'll never know.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
You have to look something up. You have to understand why something is the way that it is, which I like that though, because like when something's wrong with the car, something's wrong with anything in our apartment, like you figure out a way to fix it on your own. So you're a good handyman. But I admire that about you. I like that you can figure that stuff out.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, good. All right, let's make it a little bit nicer now.
Okay.
What is your favorite quality about me? I know I have a lot to choose from, but you can only pick one.
I'm gonna say, so like overall, I think Allie is very loving and she cares a lot about things and people and animals, and she like is very connected to people in that way. So that's probably my favorite quality about you. But also another quality that I really like about Allie that I didn't really know or like experience that much before we moved in together was Allie's like aesthetic and like how she can like put together an apartment or a room or whatever it may be. I do appreciate that a lot. It makes coming back to the apartment feel very homey. As you can see, we got the nice couch with the pictures up and everything. This is none of my doing.
That was such a great compliment. Thank you for saying that.
Well, I do really appreciate it. And I don't have to really put in any effort besides
the credit card.
Yeah, exactly. Besides,
which barely. I pay for a lot of my own stuff.
You do pay for a lot of the decorations and everything, but I do assist in that way. But it is nice that Allie is so good with all this stuff.
Wow, thank you. That was such a good compliment. Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
That I don't even know which one I like better, but I do like when people say that I'm aesthetically pleasing. Makes me feel good. For you, my favorite quality about you.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like and this kind of goes back to like how we handle arguments a little bit. I really like how level-headed you are, not just in arguments, but in general. Like you are very amped to look at all sides before coming to a conclusion about anything, which I really like. It also goes with like you're very detail-oriented with like researching things and making sure you have all the information possible before you make a decision. I really like that because I'm not like that, and it's very hard for me to do that. So like having you here to do all that is very helpful for me, but it's also just something I really admire because it's a lot of hard work and it's not the easiest route to take. Like you aren't driven purely on emotion, which I really like. Like you put a lot of thought, and even I can tell because between the two of us, I talk a lot more than you. You got a lot like more talkative though throughout the years.
With you.
Yeah, you have to if you ever want to speak.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I do like you really think before you're gonna say something like controversial or I don't know anything that might be taken the wrong way. I like that you really like put your
I like to be educated before I come up with an opinion.
Yeah, and you're very smart in that aspect. Like, not even just like IQ-wise, but I think you're smart because you do all that extra research.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Do you believe in soulmates? I think I know what your answer is in this, but because I think we have the same take, but I want to hear what you have to say.
I do believe in soulmates. Well, obviously, this is cliche, but being with you makes me believe in that. Because especially the more we progress into our relationship, the more it seems like we are really made for each other, and it's meant to be. Like, we want all the same things, and we come from similar backgrounds, we have had similar experiences, and we just fit so well together that it seems like it seems like it was like we were just made for each other, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I like that take, and I agree. And I think I've expressed this to you before, but I also believe in soulmates, but I believe that you make somebody your soulmate. I believe you have multiple people out there that you're very...
There's potential.
Yeah, that you have a very, was it like you're... what am I trying to say?
Compatible.
Compatible, yes, thank you. Very compatible with. I think there's multiple people out there, because, I think it's not just you get one shot and that's it. But I think you make them your soulmate. So, obviously we're super compatible. Yeah. But now that, we chose each other, now, it's just you.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely takes work. It's not like it was just always super easy. Right. And, we were always, super aligned. But, we've worked at it, and, we've grown together and, kind of, into each other, which definitely helps. But I agree, you're compatible probably with many people out there, and it's who you decide, you want to really commit to and, work with to, really meet that, soulmate.
Right. I think there is, exactly that. I think there are such things as soulmates, but I think you have a little bit more of a choice
definitely.
than people think.
Yeah.
Who has more annoying habits?
Habits.
Or, what is a habit of mine that you cannot stand that I do?
I don't like that when, if the dishwasher is going or, we haven't unloaded it yet, Allie will put dishes in the sink and, not, rinse them out. The worst one so far was actually, this past week.
That was the worst one?
Yeah. Putting a knife in a cutting board with raw chicken bits on it and not cleaning it off.
I put water on it.
No, you didn't. I came back home after work, and there's raw chicken sitting in the sink. That was bad. But every morning you'll put your cereal bowl in there.
I have been a lot better at splashing water in there.
No, you're supposed to rinse it out, not just splash.
Well, it's not going in the dishwasher yet.
Yeah,
and that's the point of a dishwasher. If I wanted to hand wash it, I would hand wash it.
It's not hand washing. You rinse it out. You still need soap and everything. Anyways, there's that.
You're trying to squeaky clean before they go in the
There's
dishwasher.
one habit. Another habit is
multiple.
Putting the toilet paper on, backwards.
Where, Riley would say the same thing to me.
The roll comes, from the bottom. No.
I never noticed it. I don't care. Riley and Nick would say the same thing to me. They'd be like, that's wrong.
It is. It is wrong. It's supposed to come from the top, so you can roll it out. Not grab underneath and have to pull it. No.
I don't mind.
Well, everyone else does. Okay, so those are two habits.
Okay, my turn.
Grind my gears.
Okay. You are actually very clean. A lot cleaner than I was expecting you to be living. Because men are just notably not clean. But still, you have your fault. If you are especially when it comes to cooking, I'm one of those people where I just do it a little bit differently. If I'm cooking by myself, if you're not home yet or whatever, and I'm cooking, while something is cooking, I put everything away. I clean everything up. I put the dishes in the dishwasher. I put everything back in the fridge. When I come home and you are cooking first, everything is out.
Once it's in the oven, I clean up. I don't like.
Until then, everything is everywhere. We got shredded cheese laying on the counter. We got open containers of milk or whatever. Like, you can't. It's a landmine in there.
I'm wheeling and dealing in there.
That kind of drives me nuts a little bit because I feel
okay, but
very
who is always coming home to cook meals?
I appreciate it. It's just like something I know. I get overstimulated very quickly, and you've also gotten better at this, I gotta say. But another thing that really drives me nuts. You know what I'm gonna say?
No. I can't think of anything that I do that
how
drive anybody nuts.
You turn on the overhead lights. And we have
Okay.
so many beautiful lamps and soft lighting in here because I need peace and quiet and darkness. I'm like a little like muskrat or something. I need.
You're something, but like I'm cooking or like doing the dishes, and I have overhead light on to see when it's 8 p.m. and Ellie like turns it off and like puts on like the oven light. Like nobody can see what they're doing, and then you come out in the morning and there's cheese everywhere and like it's all dirty because you didn't see what you were doing.
Well, you can use the flashlight on your phone, but I don't think we should have
under flashlight. When we
well,
have
I don't think we should put on the
kitchen.
overhead lights because they are. It feels like I'm in a store. It feels like I'm in Costco. I just get very overstimulated. It's louder when the lights are on. I don't know why. My ears feel like there's more noise. So that's another habit, along with the cabinets opening and not closing them. That also gets me. But other than that, you're doing well.
You just need patience, okay? The cabinets will become closed. The lights will eventually turn off, okay? That's the lesson here.
How do you make time for each other when life gets busy? Because we are pretty busy.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of try and be more involved in each other's lives. So like when when one of us is busy, we're both busy because we're like so like connected and like we do stuff together, even if it's like something with my family or something with her family. Like we do it together. So like it's not like she's off doing her thing and I'm off doing mine. Like
there is a time and place for that too.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Space and individual stuff like with your family and just by yourself. But we do a lot together, and I think it keeps us like very connected.
Yeah.
I also think too we're very good at trying to learn like what the other person's interests are, and like I love like my camera stuff and like photos, that kind of thing, and you're very like inclusive about it. Like if I'm like I want to take photos and you're like, all right, let's do it, or like let's film this, like whatever you want to do. Like you're very good about that, and you have your own little habits and hobbies too that I don't know much about, but I feel like I don't really like shut you down when you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Same with work. We do very different things at work. I'm an aesthetic nurse and he works at JP Morgan. Very, very, very different.
A lot different.
Work styles. But even with that, it feels like I'm very connected with your work, and I feel like you would probably say the same because
I know.
He knows everything about my work. I feel like I know everything about your work and your coworkers, and just like it almost feels like we work together in some capacity, because it's not just like how was work good, like I know your coworkers' names, I know your happy hours, that kind of stuff.
I know Allie, like everything about Allie's work. Like, I feel like I work there too.
Yeah, he does. You know a lot about like anatomy now too.
I do.
Like when I'm talking about filler or something like that, and you
Botox or anything, I'm your guy.
And how it works, and like when I have to practice for something, or like I'm getting nervous about doing a procedure or whatever, I'll practice on you and you let me practice, and then you're learning in that capacity too. But I think we're really good at that. I think that's something that we just are like natural at doing for each other. Do you talk in your sleep?
I'll let you take that one.
Do I? Okay, first, do I talk in my sleep?
Maybe like
rarely,
once
right?
or twice.
And it's like mumbles.
Yeah.
Or I wake up confused.
Yeah,
Really
I did
quickly.
wake up the other night like thinking it was 11:30 in the morning when it was 11:30 p.m. Yeah.
And I used to sleep talk a lot when I was younger, but I think I've grown out of it. Most people do. Some people do not.
I've gotten better.
You don't know. You do not know. There's been a couple times down here where we have had major sleep, talking, walking, fighting issues. If I die, it's because Andy accidentally kills me in his sleep. Basically, there was one night where you dreamed there was a skunk.
Yeah, in my dream there's a skunk in the bed. So.
I'll let you tell your dream in a second. I woke up at like 2, 3 a.m. to our TV. We have a TV in our room, like right in front of our bed. literally knocking over the TV. We have a bunch of candles, like fake candles around. All the candles are falling off. I thought somebody was in the room. I thought there was an intruder and Andy was like fighting them off or something. I was so nervous. I was so discombobulated. I was like, what's going on? And then what'd you say? Like, I got it. It's okay. I got it. Something. I was like, what do you got? What's happening? What are you doing? And he's like holding the TV up now, I guess because you knocked it off and you were like catching it. But like, he was like holding it, all this noise, everything's dropping behind him. Like, what's going on? And then he just puts the TV down, gets back in bed and says, I got it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
There's a skunk in the bed. So I jumped out of the bed and I was on my stomach, so I jumped up and out and I hit the TV, so I was picking the TV back up and then...
But I think you were still dreaming when you were doing that a little bit, because I was like, what is happening? And you're like, I got it. Like, got what? What's happening? And that happens a lot. You're still dreaming and we'll have like real conversations and you're like still dreaming. Yeah. But I want to discuss your other sleepwalking incident. So, I hate this one. So, again, I think it was probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. Something about in the middle of the night, he gets all weird and creepy.
Hey.
I was sleeping, and I don't know what urged me to wake up, maybe because I was hearing the noise, but I woke up, and we have windows in our room, and Andy's looking through the blinds, because we draw our blinds at night, and he has... spread open like this, like in the movies. And he's looking up like a creep, like a freaking weirdo. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, what did you say? I'm looking or something?
I don't know.
Like, again, he's still dreaming when we're talking. I was like, what are you doing? He says, I'm looking. I was like, looking for what? Who's out there? What's going on? So freaky. And then the same thing happened. You didn't wake up. You just came back to bed. And I was like, what was that about? And you were like, I was just looking. I was like, okay, good night. And then in the morning, I'm like, why did you do that? And then you're like, do what? We're like, okay, this is weird.
Good thing I'm keeping us safe.
Yeah, thank God. Man, I don't know what we would do without that. All right. What are some traditions that we've started together, or what traditions that we think we'll start in the future? But we've already started a few that I like. My favorite one that we've started together that I hope we continue on is every time we go to a new place, like a big place we visit or something really cool, we get an ornament from there, and we'll write on the back of it like who we were with, what the year was,
what the trip was,
what it was,
You do your scrapbooking.
Yeah,
all our trips and our scrapbooks.
I do. Like a grandma.
What was I gonna say? The Christmas video that you make, and
my dad started that one,
slideshow.
Yeah, and now you've got that. Are you gonna continue it this year?
Yeah, I'll do that again. What traditions have we started?
We don't do like a Christmas Eve gift, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, we
nothing like that. But
no, we haven't really started a lot of our own holiday traditions because we usually are with our families.
Right.
I'm sure we'll come up with our own traditions someday.
Yeah, but I love traditions, and I have a lot from my parents. You have some from yours, so it's like fun to mix it all together. Definitely. And we started our own with like the ornaments and things like that. But yeah, what is the best piece of advice you could give somebody early on in a relationship?
I would say, I feel like the biggest thing, like before getting into a relationship, is one, be comfortable with yourself and who you are, and like know what's important to you and like what kind of life you want to live, and really try and figure and like it's gonna change, but like try and figure it out for wherever you are at in your life, and then like understand that going into a relationship, don't change like who you are for like the person you're dating, because you might change who you are and then you're gonna end up resenting them, and it's just gonna end poorly when you could have moved on to the next person, and that could have been like the person that is more compatible with you and more similar to you.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, basically.
You have to understand yourself. You have to be comfortable with yourself before you can even think about finding like your person. And I feel like once you do that, like everyone always says whenever you stop looking, that's when you like find your person, and I feel like that's very true. Like when you just stop worrying about other people and start like worrying about yourself and really focusing on yourself, like it just happens. It just
and I like I do think compromise is good in a relationship on little things, like you don't like the pillows this color, but I like them that color, whatever. I think compromise on something small like that, even like a little bit more, like you choose dinner tonight, I choose lunch tomorrow, like little compromises are good, but when they come down to like your morals and your values, I don't think you should compromise. If you have to severely compromise, I don't think that's the right person. I think you are better looking somewhere else, because we've compromised on little things here and there, and even like bigger things, I can't really think of how much we've compromised, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't know if we really had to, because we are so aligned in that way. Yeah. We've worked at it together, we grow together, now that we have, like, our morals set and that we're very strong and rooted in our own morals, we're kind of growing together. But I feel like we don't have to compromise that much in the big stuff, because we already...
haven't had to, like, compromise on like, big stuff like that. Right. But we also have grown a lot together, and that's another thing. You have to, like, be willing to grow and, like, really, like, take a step back and think of like, is that the kind of person you want to be, and like accept the fact that like they might be like helping you become a better person. Don't be like so rooted in like who you are day one to like kind of like push aside who you could be someday.
Nice, I like that. Communication is like the biggest thing you could have in a relationship. Definitely. Like I can't even count, it's countless, how many little arguments, or even arguments that festered into big fights that we didn't know what we were fighting about, all stemmed from a miscommunication. Like something that we totally didn't catch, or we're confused by what the other person said. It happens like countless times, and we've gotten so much better at that, I would say. Like that's why I think it's so important to like say something right away and be like, what do you mean by that, or whatever it is, so that you don't just like fester it up in your head and make it something that it's not. Because I feel like that's where a lot of arguments come into play. Definitely. I learned so much more about you and what you dislike about me after this, so I'm glad
No, you did not. I tell you all
Which one am I? You tell that to me to my face anyway.
I do, yeah.
Alright. Well, that was our whole Q&A vlog. Your first Q&A video ever.
Crazy.
Very exciting. This is only like my second one. I did one with my dad once, I think, but that is it.
Nice.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Here's to the next 6 years.
Wow.
And forever.
Yep. 6 years and beyond. Nice.
Alright.
See ya.
See you guys next time.